How do you use Instagram or Facebook stories to your advantage with women?
Mm, hmm.
I use it a lot. Guys, a
Yeah.
great Instagram is the best. Basically, what you do, you show that you have great friends, that you're eating great food, that you're having extremely attractive women in your life, that you travel the world, and women will love you. I'm telling
Mm.
you, two profiles, one for a private one, and I have a business one, right, for the dating coaching. And when women scroll through my feed, they're like, oh shit, you're trouble, you know? And I have all these different kind of videos where where I'm with a dog, where I'm with a baby tiger, where I'm with a pretty woman, where I'm at the at beach club, where I'm at the nightclub, where I'm traveling in Barcelona or in Thailand or whatever. And what you want to do is that you just build an Instagram profile where they see that you're a well-rounded guy with the right body language, with the right facial expressions, and in the right location that kind of give off that you are in the upper echelons of society.
Mm.
You know, that
It's a
you're
passive display of status, really. So, like, the easiest thing that you guys can do before you even worry about stories is just figure out where the hotspots are. Where do the hot girls go in your town, in your city? And then go get some pictures there. Focus a little bit more on the lifestyle and the environment, the things about the way that you live than on you. So, like on a dating app, you want to have the picture focused on you. On social media, it's more about, okay, what are all the things that surround this guy? And she's going to stalk that and she gets to see like that little taste of your brand. And then stories are just to stay top of mind. It honestly doesn't matter much what you post. Anytime you're on an adventure, cool, post it. You can post, like Ice was saying, little like subtle pre-selection date stuff is great. But you can also just post a fucking meme. Like if you got nothing else, put a meme up there. She's gonna see your face. She's gonna laugh, and just throughout repetition, she'll feel like enjoy with you. But I am actually a professional photographer. If any of the guys watching want a Instagram audit, just message me Gingerbread Global, and I will hook you guys up with that for free.
No, there's
So
something.
I'll contrast that a little bit. So I personally don't tend to put memes in my story. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but when I post stories these days, I used to years ago maybe, but when I post stories these days, the best way for me to deal with this is put the sexiest photo first, and anything else goes after that. Because if you're uploading things every 4 hours, then you're just going to have a different thing show up well, this is
Don't
for
spam.
Facebook more so than Instagram, but the first thing is always going to get more views. There are exceptions, like if something gets shared like crazy, but the first thing they see on your Instagram story is going to be the most important. So I will put that as like the most eye-catchingly sexy in whatever way you could interpret that to be. So, for example, me and my wife were just going to. I'm a bit more of a trailblazer than to research like where other people on Instagram are going out. I'm just going Google Maps and I'm searching all the time for like these crazy gingerbread milkshake waffle places. And we went to one like 2 weeks ago and it's all pink and flashy and shit. And then we could just like put a photo of us there. I'm wearing my crazy cowboy boots and she's wearing her 9-inch high heels, which are like the only ones in the universe. And then everyone just is like, this is like the most insane photo I ever seen. Let me fucking tap on that shit. And then it just gets crazy amounts of views compared to other things, which won't necessarily be as eye-catching, especially to a male audience. Because let's be real, if you're a dating coach, a lot of your audience is going to be male. You're going to get a lot of men sending you a friend request, following you. You're going to have women in there too, but it's this funny thing where you kind of have to market towards both men and women if you're really making dating coach and dating opportunities out of your content.
Mm. I think one thing that's very underrated is showing experiences, right? Travel is a huge one. And I can't remember the exact percentage, but I believe I read a stat recently. It was like 50% of people in the States have never been out of America. So they have like this warped perception where it's just like, and you guys know it's not really that expensive to go to like a Cancun or like a Thailand, right? But people
No, for
think
real.
that you have to have all this money to go and travel when it's like you can find deals left, right, and center. So by putting those pictures up where you're in a new city, I think it paints the picture to women and to people in general that it's like, okay, this guy's got money, this guy likes to have a fun and he has a cool, interesting life. And that's something I want to be a part of, right? If you can portray the this could be you mentality behind the pictures, I think that's so important. Whether that's just like, what someone else was saying about food, right? Like you're on the opposite side of the table, you take a picture of the plate of food, or just being able to come along with the experiences, right?
So
That's huge.
instead of taking a photo of my plate, I'm taking a photo of all the plates on the table. So it's like, okay, there you can see the hands that way. So just to
Correct.
clarify for anyone who's visualizing that in
So
any
just a
certain way.
general litmus test actually is just to ask yourself, okay, if I removed myself from this photo, is it still cool? Or would a girl want to join me here? Or would a girl want this photo for herself? If you're passing through those questions, if those are check marks, then it's probably something good to post. If it's really just like a photo of you in the bathroom with your shirt off, not doing much for you.
Mm. And I also think too, if you instead of being too showboaty and too in your face about things, if it's more subtle, like for instance, that example,
Yes.
I know guys that look like IFBB pros on the cover of Muscle and Men's Health and Fitness. They have like really good physiques, but like the bathroom selfie versus the, oh, just caught me here throwing a football on the beach where I just happened to have a full pump and just fresh off the gym, right? Versus like, oh yeah, this is me, like the douchey selfie, where it's subtle versus direct.
Yes.
No, incredible
So,
points.
yeah,
Beautiful.
in terms of coming up for content, right? So basically, as humans, we want to survive. So, like when we're telling adventure stories, everyone is excited because you were talking about survival. Then, food and drinks. So, you want to present food on social media, or that you're having great food or better food than everyone else. Then, social acceptance, that you're having friends, right? Then, companionship, that you're having pretty woman. And then present that you have a little bit of a cooler or more interesting lifestyle than everyone else. And then you have all the human wants and needs covered. And then it's going to be automatically attractive to high value men and, of course, to attractive women. And
And
the
and
woman,
just to
yeah.
piggyback off that real quick, from talking to a lot of guys, I thought that like the biggest problem for them was just, getting a girlfriend or going on more dates. But a lot of these guys, they feel lost in their own circle of friends, right? It's like you guys have all heard the saying, like you are the five people you surround yourself with. But a lot of these guys are surrounding themselves with guys who have like the crabs in a bucket mentality that, oh, you shouldn't even try to do that. Like guys that are bringing them down. So with these social skills, you should be going out, meeting more people, going to more networking events, going to more places so that you can have a social circle of friends around you and you can start going to these other events and you can start networking and creating more experiences for yourself and meeting new people and going to parties and stuff, right? So surround yourself with better people in general, better guys, better, yeah, social group.
I think you
Yeah,
nailed it. I think wasn't it Jesse who said earlier, like if you can flirt with a girl, you can flirt with the world.
Mm,
That's bang on.
yeah,
yep.
yeah.
I want to put you guys actually on some free game. The guys listening, I think a lot of guys overlook this platform, but it works really well for young chicks. Me and Jesse actually made a video about it. Is Snapchat. Okay?
Mm.
Because you can do everything the same, except it's even more personable and you don't even need photos. You could DHV your life pretty well, right? Gym, traveling, good food, doing cool shit. And a lot of the young girls are on there swiping through those stories. And it's a really good place to keep your rotation girls warm. Mostly, typically on the younger side,
You
on the
know, my
young.
buddy, my buddy told me something like exactly similar to that recently, and I'm off Snapchat. I don't know really anything about it, but I'm curious, like, how does that differ than just Instagram stories, like as opposed?
I'll take this one.
Let's do it.
Personally,
Okay.
All right, Message
personally,
King.
I haven't really used Snapchat since probably 2018. I was like at that point, when was that? 7 years ago now. At that point, I was really thinking it was starting to fucking die. So I'm surprised it's like still fucking going. But even back then, and it's gonna be the same now, but maybe to a lesser extent. Yeah, I kind of negatively refer to it as a platform for 14-year-olds because it's really for the young women who are like 21. And those are the kind of women who annoy me because I'm a high IQ person. I'm just like, I can't deal with 21-year-olds anymore. And I got to points where I was like, these girls are so fucking annoying, these younger ones. And then I was just more into 25 and above. So I can't fuck Snapchat. I'm deleting myself off this shit. But essentially, the main difference, I guess, is Instagram, you have a profile and your pictures are there permanently. People can see them. Snapchat is like everything, it has no body. It has stories, which you could see for 24 hours. Maybe a few features changed, but generally there's no skeleton or muscle of a body. You can't see like things posted from before necessarily. There was this cool thing called Snapchat Spectacles, and I did have it, and it was this pretty good thing. Another good thing with Snapchat actually was the live map, the Snap Map, because you could see if you're traveling between continents like I was every few months, I could see, oh, my friend from my European friend is in New York and I'm going to New York in a few days. So you just having this snap map with hundreds of connections is just fucking crazy because so like, oh, if you want to come up and see me and she's over from Italy, but we're both in North America, but only 100 miles apart. Come up north a little more and we can hang out and stuff like that. So that was a nice feature which is really missing out these days on other platforms. But spectacles, that was like these days you got those meta glasses. It's pretty much the same thing. You could press the button once to record 10-second video or 3 times for 30 seconds. And it just takes a POV video. And I was effectively using that instead of like professional infield and shit like that. I was just fucking around with these spectacles and making some weird fucking videos about out of the dates I was going on, the times I was out at night. But yeah, I was really turned off of Snapchat a very long time ago because it's way more of a younger audience. And the type of people who use it actively, especially, or the type of people who annoy me. Maybe I'm just being super fucking biased, but you guys go ahead. I'm gonna rant about it.
There's chicks that were 14.
There is,
I'm 19, bro. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
I
there's
don't love
break the rules.
Snapchat personally, but I think it's easy enough just to post anything that you would put on an Instagram story, you can post to Snapchat. So there's not really any harm to being on it. Personally, my only negative skew on it is there's a lot of really thirsty dudes on Snapchat, and I don't want to be clumped into all of the thirsty guys who are constantly commenting on all for shit. But apart from that, I mean, sometimes it's nice just to like send a photo directly to the girl, like you doing your shit. You send that out to like 20, 30 chicks. It's great for that. But I don't know. Personally, I tend to be more on Instagram, tend to be more on phone numbers, and I try to avoid Snapchat unless the girl's like specifically asking me if I have it after I've already gotten the phone number in Instagram.
I think a great
Definitely
point.
Snapchat after the number after.
The,
great-
the
Probably an
funny,
area I could improve on, to be honest.
funny
Like, if
thing
you guys
is,
are seeing success with it, probably works.
I had a wingman one time who was like 19 years old and he was asking this MILF for her Snapchat. I'm like, dude, she doesn't know what Snapchat is. What the fuck are you asking? You got to
Yeah.
be aware of demographics here.
Knowing what lakes to put yourself, knowing what lakes to fish in, if we're going to use an analogy, is so important because I think a lot of guys are just trying to get whoever they can get, as opposed to like knowing, okay, I want a girl who's in shape, who has a good diet, who's from the ages of whatever to whatever. Where can I go to find that type of girl, right? Where it's like, okay, if you're into younger girls, sure, use Snapchat, right? But if you're into the MILFs, the Cougars, know the bars, know the clubs, set your age range to that on Bumble, Tinder, Hinge, right? Put yourself in the right environments.
Bingo night on Tuesdays, bro, for the Cougars.
There you go.
If you're into
I actually like to
transgenders,
hang out
okay, that's
outside of the
enough.
Social Security office. That's my go-to totally.
I like to go to the old woman homes. You know, great crowds there. They won't remember you, so it's like the
Ooh.
movie 50 First
Oh my god,
Dates.
that's a hack.
The Gilf Hunter over here, huh?
Great practice ground because like any line you give, it's always going to be the first time you're talking to them in their mind.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, just give the classic, you don't look a day over 55. Oh my God, thank you so much.
you know that scene from was it American Pie or something where Stifler goes to no, maybe it's like some random TV show, but this guy goes to like a nursing home and starts masturbating over like a 20-year when a photo of when she was 20 years old in a bikini from like the 50s. And then she's like,
That's
oh my,
hilarious.
that's what the fuck. Moving on, old woman, grandmother fucker, grandmother fucker global. What the fuck are we
Hey, some
going
guys
into
like
here?
it. Yeah, you can't
Let's
knock it. Some guys like it.